Hey guys, GreenFe, and welcome back to another video. Alright, so in this video, I really just wanted to talk about some building tips for you guys to get better at building in Minecraft. So I've been playing a lot of Minecraft in my life. I've recently become really interested in the building aspect of Minecraft, just trying to improve my building techniques, making stuff look good, just kind of stuff like that. So I've compiled 10 tips and tricks for you guys to kind of help you guys become better builders in Minecraft. Hopefully you guys like these. If you have any tips of your own, just make sure to leave them in the comments below so other people can see them. But anyways, let's jump into the video. Alright, so coming in at tip number 10, we have rule of 3 or rule of odds. So basically, to sum this up, this basically just means whenever you're building something like a house or a tower or something that is man-made, always try to build with odds. So that would mean if you're building a house, for example, make sure that each side is an odd number. I don't know why this is the case, but for most of my builds I do this and they end up just looking so much better. You're able to balance everything correctly, everything looks just really equal and perfect, and just a lot better than something built with an even number of blocks. Again, I don't know why this is the case, but I found with my experience this is just the way to go. So if you're planning on building a house that's like, for example, 4 by 8 blocks, maybe consider changing it to 5 by 7, because that just ends up looking a whole lot better. Coming in at tip number 9, we have pick a good location. Now, a lot of people, when they're building stuff in Minecraft, don't really consider this. Now, this is very important. Picking a good location is very important, because if you're going to be building something and spending a long time on it, then if you're building it in some place that you don't enjoy, or you don't like looking at, or you don't like being in, it's not going to be fun. You're going to be burnt out and get tired super easily. You might spend from 10 minutes up to an hour picking a location in a Minecraft world. Don't spend too long, because obviously you're not going to get the perfect building location, but pick somewhere that you generally think you'd want to live in for a decent amount of time. If you're building a really big project, maybe consider spending a little more time looking for a really good location, because it's really easy to get burnt out again from somewhere that's really boring that you don't want to be in. Coming in at tip number 8, we have, if you don't like something, change it. So this sounds kind of obvious and kind of straightforward. Again, if you don't like something that you build, change it. However, it can get a bit complicated, especially if you're building something really, really large scale. This definitely applies. Say, for example, you're building a castle and you build a tower and you're kind of not quite satisfied with it. You say, oh, this tower is good, it's fine, but you know, I'd rather it look some different way. If you don't change it, it's going to come back and haunt you. Every picture you take of that castle is gonna just look horrible in your perspective, because you'll say, oh, that one tower, oh, if I only changed it, it would look so much better. So trust me, I know it probably would take a lot more time to go back and change it, but it makes a huge difference and you end up being so much more happy with the final build. Like you're so much more satisfied with the entire build than if you were to not change it and kind of be a little satisfied, but at the same time, you're kind of like, ugh, this doesn't look so good. Coming in at tip number 7, we have do details. So for example, when I'm building roofs, I usually like to use a solid color. But for example, if you take dark oak, you have many different blocks in that kind of same color palette. So for example, you could use dark oak stripped logs and then use dark oak planks. Or say, for example, you're building some sort of stone structure, use stone, but you could also use cobblestone, you could also use andesite. Just kind of mix it up, and adding just a little bit more detail makes your build so much better. Coming in at tip number 6, again, kind of relating to tip number 7, is choose a general palette. Say, for example, you're building some sort of village and you want it to look really cool and complete. Make sure that all of the colors fit together. They fit nicely. So all the roofs would be like a certain color, or kind of depending on where it is, the people living in different spots around the Minecraft world might have access to different resources and stuff they can use for their builds. For example, if you make a house out of prismarine in a plains biome, that won't really fit. So make sure that the biome you build in has kind of a general palette that you want to build with, and that will again make your builds look more complete and make them look a little bit better. Coming in at tip number 5, if it looks bad, just add a bush. Some of the builds that I've done at first look a little bit barren. They lack a bit of detail, and that can be very applicable for many Minecraft builds. If you take away all the leaves, all the moss, all the vines, the builds will look very barren. So make sure you take the time to bone meal your world, to make it look all nice and fancy, crazy. Add some bushes, add some sweet berries, add some different flowers, just all kinds of stuff, and that will make your builds look a lot better. At tip number 4, we have planning. Now, I cannot emphasize this enough. I have gone a long time without planning out my builds, and just recently I've started planning them out, and oh my gosh, it's so much more helpful. Planning out your builds, whether it's completely making a plan and going all out and making blueprints and stuff, or whether it's just doing some sort of colored concrete powder on the ground and laying them out and just kind of getting the basic outline of your build, will definitely help in the grand scheme of things. It's so much more easy to change something before you build it than after you build it. And then you have to go back to the tip number 8, which is if you don't like it, change it, and then you'll have to destroy an entire village, which, trust me, I've done before. It's not fun. Just trust me when I say this. Plan your builds. So much more helpful. Coming in at tip number 3, we have consider a resource pack or shaders. Now, most people overlook this, or most people say, oh yeah, this doesn't really apply to me, but trust me, changing up a world with a different resource pack, even just for a short amount of time, can really help and get some more inspiration. It can help you kind of get a different view, a different perspective of your builds. It helps with all sorts of things. But if you still want to keep the consistent palette to Minecraft, I recommend just kind of some slight add-ons, like maybe bushy or trees, or just kind of different resource packs that change little bits of things. So I definitely recommend that. Again, with shaders, you don't have to go all out with the best, craziest shaders. You can just have some more simple shaders, but trust me, it makes your builds look a lot cooler. Coming in at tip number 2, we have lore. So a lot of people don't do this, but I find adding lore into your world can really help with your builds. I know this sounds kind of strange, but even just going through a process. For example, oh, I have a house and there's wood propped up on the side. Oh, but where did this wood come from? There's probably some sort of woodcutter shop. Okay, so then how does the woodcutter eat? Okay, well then there's a bread maker shop. Okay, well how does the bread maker get wheat? And then he gets it from the fields, and then so on and so forth. But just kind of adding in just a little bit of a storyline to your world can really help out with your inspiration, your build, making stuff look a lot better, more realistic, just kind of stuff like that. Finally, tip number 1. I know this is really cheesy and many people will say, oh, that doesn't count as a tip, but trust me when I say this, have fun. Honestly, if you're getting burnt out in your Minecraft world, take breaks, you know? You don't have to do Minecraft, you can go to something else, go to a completely new video game if you want. Playing Minecraft for me is a treat. I get to come home after a long day and sit down and relax and just play some Minecraft. You know, it's really relaxing for me. After a hard hour of editing or a video that I've made is just uploaded, trust me, I'll sit back, relax, and enjoy some Netflix. I'll play different video games. I'll just do some stuff to take breaks from Minecraft, again, so I don't get burnt out. Also, I recommend following some Minecraft builders on social media, watching different Minecraft YouTubers. That way you can get a little bit more inspired. But if you want to go completely cold turkey, completely stray away from Minecraft, go ahead and do that. There's no obligation for you to play this game. You don't have to do it. Again, even taking a week from the game can really help out with your inspiration. It can really help you out. So trust me when I say this, have fun. Like, take breaks. You can go on, do some kind of side quests in your world, explore the new updates, just kind of stuff like that. But again, trust me when I say this, do not force yourself to do something because you will get burnt out. Alright, well that's my top 10 building tips for Minecraft. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any tips of your own that I haven't mentioned in this video, leave them in the comments below so that way other people can see them. Also, speaking of the comments, feel free to just say whatever in there. I just like talking to you guys. It's just fun. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you could consider liking. It would actually really help out the channel and help out the video. And thank you so much to those who have subscribed. It's really insane. We're really close to 800 subscribers, and it's just really mind-blowing that all of you guys could, 800 people. That's crazy. Anyway, again, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys stay safe out there, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace!